Welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy and the second project in the October 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Ho Ho Ho. So I've got all my pieces laid out. If you're ever not sure what pieces you need in the kit, you can always turn to the last page. The last page lays out every single piece you need, and I realize now that I'm missing this piece here, which is actually this one. So we are going to get that piece out. See, there's value in doing this. So there we go. So I need to flip back over to card number 2. First thing I have to do is I have to do my stamping. So I have to find my stamping spot, which is right there. And I've got the sleigh and reindeer, and I've got the Santa Claus is coming to town. In my previous video, I talked about how to mount up the stamps on the blocks. And so I'm just going to demonstrate that in this video. Move that off to the side. So I don't have this one mounted. This is the Santa Claus is coming to town. So I'm just going to put it down on my surface, and then I'm just going to lay the block over top and pick it up. And that way it's straight. I don't have to worry about it being crooked and then my words stamping crooked. It's super easy, especially because the photopolymers do tend to wiggle around a little bit. The sleigh would be a good one to do it with as well. So we'll pop that down like that. And we know it needs to go at a diagonal across the block. So I'm just going to pick it up like that. And that way none of the reindeer are out of kind of out of line. So the first thing we need to do is we need to stamp. So let's go ahead and ink up our reindeer and sleigh. And I'm just going to grab out my piece of scrap paper again and just stamp away to make sure I've got good coverage. It looks like I need to put a little bit more on the middle reindeer here. So let's make sure. It's the nice thing about the photopolymers, you can really see where you've got ink and where you do not. So then we need to stamp this down like this. And give it a good push, and there we go. So there's our reindeer stamped down. And I need to take that extra little piece there that I had to punch out and need to ink up the stamp. So Santa Claus is coming to town, and we now need to pop this right down in the middle of our die cut there, our little banner. So there we go. Yay! All right, so let's get this card built. I'm just going to put that off to the side and that off to the side. The next thing we need to do is we need to fold over our card base. And again, I'm just going to use the edge of one of my blocks instead of a bone folder to make sure that edge is nice and crisp. So it's telling me that I need to take my frame and my banner like this. And there's 2 different lengths in this one, but this one needs to be the same size as the frame. So I need to take those and I need to put adhesive dots on them. So I need to go in the corner here, in the corner here, and here. If I was doing this as a demo video as opposed to a paper pumpkin card making video, I may have already put these adhesive dots on just to speed things up. But as I say, I build these kind of live as we go through. So I need to put dimensionals on the back of that centerpiece that we stamped the reindeer and sleigh on. So let's go ahead and put those on like that. And then we need to put this all together. And I'm thinking it would probably be easier. I'm trying to decide how it would be easier to do this. Okay, here's my piece here. So I'm just going to pop that down on the bottom like that. I'm going to kind of do a pre-build on this. And I'm looking at this, and this goes over the top like that. So then we've got our piece here. It looks like they want us to build it first and then dimensionalize it down. So let's go ahead and do that. So as I say, I build these on the fly while you watch. So going to line this up. It extends over the edge of the card just a little bit, but that will be covered up by the top. And I'm just looking to make sure that, yeah, I've got the right piece here. Sorry, I was just making sure. And now I'm going to lay this piece over the top as well. And one thing, it might actually be easier because this is kind of wiggly. I'm going to see if it would be easier to lay this down and then line up everything kind of upside down on this, if it would be easier to do it that way. Line this up this way. I don't know. I don't know what would be easiest. So I know that I need to cover that up at the bottom like that. So there. Okay, there is my frame kind of all built out. I'm a little bit off here, so I'm going to see if I can peel that corner up just a little bit. Make sure this is straight like that. Okay. And then I am going to put this down on the card. So let's see how that works. You can see the outline around the card of all of the things that we've added on. And then this gets centered like that. Okay, so we're getting there, almost there. Now I need to take my iridescent star and I need to put an adhesive in the back like this. And I need to put it down like this in the corner right here. Oh, actually up here it says. So yes, up there like that. And then I take my Santa Claus is Coming to Town and I put dimensionals on the back of that like this. And put that down, and then I put this overlapping like this. So you can still see a little bit of the border underneath like that. Okay, and now I need to build the ho ho ho. So what we've got is we've got our vellum piece and we've got our die cut. And it's telling me that I need to put glue dots on the top. Oh, they're wanting the glue dots on there like that, okay? There is a method to their madness, so let's do that. That one stuck to my finger, so there we've got it now stuck to the piece, and then like that. Okay, and now we need to do the same thing on the ho ho ho. So we're going to put one right there, and these ones are going to be larger than the background they're going on, and that's fine because we can roll those edges in. So there, we've done that. Now we have to take this, and I have to be careful because the back's come off that one, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, So let's peel the backing off here and just roll that edge in so that we don't see the adhesive on the other side of the card or the decoration. I'm just going to lift that and roll it up so we don't see it. There we go. And same with this last one here. We're just going to roll those edges in, just lift it up and roll it in. And then we lay this on top of the vellum and give it a push like that. And then we take the whole thing, and I'm just going to scrape this dot off because it doesn't belong there and you can see it through. So I'm going to peel that one. See, the reason they put it on the O's is so that you can't see it coming through the other side. So there we go. Oh, there we go. Yay. All right, so now I'm going to tuck this under this right here, leave it over top of the star, and give it a press down. So there we go. So I was wondering why they didn't dimensionalize this piece here, and it's because if we dimensionalized the outside instead of the whole base piece, the ho 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 would sit funny. So what we need to do now is we need to take our dots, our glossy dots here. We need to put one right in the middle of the snowflake. And there is our second project in the October 22 paper pumpkin kit all built. So stay tuned for card number 3.